Hi guys, and welcome to episode number 12 of Anime Podcasters. Yuki is back. I am back. Yuki, how's it going?
Yay.
Yuki, oh my god, I'm so happy to have you here right now. And I can tell just by the sound of your voice that you are more than delighted. You're above the sun right now.
Shut up, Giant. Okay, listeners, I'm sorry if I don't sound like my usual self. I'm kind of sick right now, so yeah, I'll be very snarky throughout this entire podcast, so I do apologize. I do not apologize for Giant, though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was
already
apologize to you, not to me. So you're doing good?
Other than that, I guess so.
Good. So today's podcast topic is one that Yuki came up with, and I was telling you this, like, I can't believe we didn't think of this earlier. Like, we're 12 episodes in, and we haven't done this yet. Like, how have we not done this? And I love this topic. Yuki, it's your topic. Let's introduce it.
We are going to be talking about subs and dub.
Yes, dubbed anime versus subs anime. So, Yuki, do you like watching subbed anime more or dubbed anime? What's your whole, stance on that topic?
It really depends on the show itself. But mostly I listen to dub. Not that I do not enjoy sub, but overall I grew up watching dub anime, so I guess I would lean more to dubs. Like in that
Right.
But like I said, it really depends on the show we're talking about. And we're gonna be talking about at least a list of anime titles that you guys have commented and recommended us to talk about.
Oh, definitely. You guys, I made a quick video on my YouTube channel a while back, and I was like, yo, we need your suggestions, blah 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 blah. And you guys I don't know, I didn't even count, but I think we got at least 20 suggestions, different suggestions on the YouTube video, and then Twitter, people bombarded me, and a lot of the suggestions were the same. So I just made a list of what came out the most often. You guys, this podcast has grown so much from the beginning, and we just appreciate you guys suggesting us videos and all these topics. But for me, my stance on dubs versus subs, here's the interesting thing. I've always watched all of my anime dubbed, even if it's worse than the subbed version. Even if the voice acting is not as good and the overall production is not as great, but for me, dubbed has always been my deal, and I've always enjoyed it. And my friends, my other otaku friends, are always like, "Jaian, you should watch sub because you're not a real otaku unless you watch sub, because it's just part of it." And I've always been like, "No." But Yuki, do you know what I did today?
You have otaku friends? You have friends?
I know, right? It's crazy. Isn't it insane?
I know. I mean,
the crazy part of this is that these friends have been my friends for over a month.
This is what happened. This comes out as a shocking surprise, considering the fact you talk to yourself.
My friends are all the Twitter people I interact with all day long.
For those who don't understand the joke, Giant was doing a test with his microphone, and when he played it back, I made a joke that this is what happens when you have no friends. But then again, honestly, I do talk to myself sometimes, so don't take any offense to that.
No, of course. It's funny because all the audio engineer people, we always do this. We always do, okay, mic check. So I'm just gonna start doing that when they play it back. I'm like, oh, talking to yourself? You have no friends? But today I actually watched my very first subbed anime, and I really enjoyed it. And it was Attack on Titan Junior High, and I know there was a dubbed available, but I just wanted to watch it. Subbed, and I found myself enjoying it a lot more than I expected. The only thing that I know obviously it's subbed, but the only thing I didn't enjoy as much about it is that I really have to concentrate and just read everything all the time. But if it's dubbed, I can just watch it and it's just that's it. I don't need to concentrate on the text.
Damn, dude.
Do you want to get into the very first suggestion?
So the first one is Code Geass.
Yes. So for me, I watched Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, the first season, and I do want to watch the next seasons. Actually, did you hear about this? Code Geass got renewed for a third season.
Are you serious?
Announced today on my anime list. Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even know about this.
I came across. It was all over my feet today. I was like, okay, gotta watch the second season. Gotta catch up.
Yeah, you better hurry.
Yeah.
It's
So
not. It's not gonna wait for your ass.
no, it's not. It's not. You're right. For me, the dubbed was very, 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 very good. I found it very well put. The voice acting was great. I really what I really enjoyed about the dubbed is like like those scenes where like Lelouch is in like the battle armor or like any other characters in the battle armor. It really sounds like he's within like a robotic suit. He's not just like talking like he's outside or something. And the overall production of it was very good. I liked the subbed, and the subbed was just as good for me too, if not a little bit better. What I preferred about the sub for myself is that I felt like there was more like expression in the voice, like if like Lelouch was like angry or like using Gios and like being a little more like intense, like it came across in the voice. What about you?
I honestly I very much enjoy Code Geass when dubbed. Although I have watched it in subtitles, and I would also say it's really good because it also contains my favorite Japanese voice actor. I would also say that the Code Geass dub is just as good because it is full of amazing voice actors such as Johnny Young Bosch, who played Lelouch.
Right on, right on. Okay. Yeah. If you guys have not watched Code Geass, absolutely watch Code Geass. An amazing anime. Amazing anime. I talked about it with Church on episode 7, and he's the one who told me like watch Code Geass. I watched it. I was like, Church, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for that. So the next on the list is Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
How dare you?
Yes. So yeah, the next on the list is Dragon Ball Z. For me, like I don't know, but for me, the dub just takes it. Like just like destroys the sub version for me. I just find like I felt like when I watched the sub version, like Goku sounded like a literal monkey. I don't know if that makes any sense.
He's
like,
a Saiyan. He's a Saiyan.
No, I know, but like he sounded like the voice actor was like
the voice actor was a woman.
I don't know. I know. The voice actress for the dub does it so good, but I just think like for the sub version, like Goku just did not sound like human. It was weird. I didn't enjoy the voice acting as much. I think the sound design on both is really good, but that's not the actual topic. But for me, Dragon Ball Z is way better dubbed. Like it's a runaway for me. Like I can't. It doesn't even compare sub versus dub. I think dub takes it every day of the week.
For me, Dragon Ball Z is like everyone's childhood. Like at least most anime fans' childhood.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sure whether people would agree or disagree, but yeah, I would have to agree that the dub is really good. And I honestly cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super being dubbed. I feel like that it's going to be a huge success. As for sub, there's some scenes where the sub is actually really good. I would have to say that. But I would most favor dub.
Right. I completely see where you're coming from. Here's my thing though about the sub for Dragon Ball Z. Like we're in a situation where Dragon Ball Super is like blowing up on Crunchyroll. Like people are like talking about it all the time. I see like on my newsfeed all the time. Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super. And here's my situation. I feel like I just want to watch the sub because I can't wait anymore. About what I don't want to wait like until it gets dubbed because I feel like I'll get spoiled by that point. And the advantage of like watching subs is that you can watch it earlier, right? Like One Punch Man like came out like super long time ago, and only like very recently did it get like the dub get finalized. So I don't know, but like I'm really considering watching Dragon Ball Super sub just because I just want to watch it so bad. It looks so good. That Trunks arc like looks just like amazing. They have Vegito coming back in there. Like I just want to go live my childhood again, and I don't mind doing it through subs. What about you?
Vegito was like my favorite. It's like my favorite, so I got really happy that he comes back. And
okay. What's your thoughts overall like on the series? Like, what do you want to like hint at that's like really good? Like any like particular thoughts?
The focus on gods needs to be toned down a bit, as well as like the main focus of it being Goku. That's all I gotta say, because usually it's just
right.
It's just either one that saves the day, and I do like the animation. I rather prefer if like at least a different character gains the spotlight instead.
Okay. Well, the one thing that disappointed me, like I watched Resurrection F, obviously. I just wish like Gohan was not like nerding out, but like still hitting the weights and like still training and like still like keeping up with this with his like training and like just being just as strong as like possibly stronger than like Vegeta and Goku. You know what I mean? I really wish, but like when I saw like Gohan was like with the glasses and like he looked like he hasn't like training like forever, I was like, oh no, this is not good. No, no, no.
He is a dad now, and he's now successful. I can't like, and
That
plus,
doesn't change anything. Goku was a dad, and like Piccolo, like basically,
hey, here's the
mentored like Gohan. That makes no. I'm not gonna take that.
okay. You know what? Here's the difference, though. At least Gohan is there for most of his kid's life.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
Boom.
You know what? That made me laugh so hard about the Dragon Ball Z bridge. That was like when like Goku comes back to Earth, and he's like, "All right, I'm back. Let's go train." And Gohan's like, "We haven't seen you in like 3 years, and the first thing you want to do when you get back is train." And Goku's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh my god, that is so true."
My God. So there.
Right.
That's my argument.
Naruto Shippuden.
Naruto Shippuden, I would have to say I really enjoyed the very beginning. However, I stopped watching Naruto Shippuden, and I haven't even watched it like recent episodes because, in my opinion, it's just filler. Not like I don't really care about it. So, although I would say that dub is really good. I love the Naruto Shippuden dub, especially the trailers when Shippuden was gonna come out in dub. They actually made trailers for Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. And the sub version is actually really good too. I don't know. I think I like dub more because of the fact that, and I feel kind of bad for the English voice actors because Naruto Shippuden is just like so far, and it's kind of hard to keep up.
Oh, completely. Yeah, no, for sure.
So yeah, that's my take. It was like the one scene where Sasuke finds out about the truth about Itachi and like the flashbacks. Oh,
Oh my god, that I know exactly what you're
that
talking about.
hurts, and especially when Yuri Lowenthal at like in like the games though. Oh god, like at the moment where he talks about like his revenge like to Kakashi and Naruto.
I want to take out a certain someone.
No, dude. I don't even think like I don't know if she was even. I think she was healing. I don't know where she was. I don't like because in the game it only showed both Kakashi's and Naruto sprites. It only showed those in the game. So that one scene, oh god, Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Sasuke, delivered that line, like his lines in that moment very well. Sorry, I'm a fan of Sasuke, and so I love both his sub and dub voices. And strangely enough, I recently heard his Korean voice actor, and oh my god, it's so good.
Here's my take on Naruto Shippuden dub versus sub. Basically, Naruto Shippuden and Naruto, the whole Naruto universe is one that if you started watching anime at a very young age, you most likely grew up with Naruto. So it's a huge staple of the shonen anime, and Naruto is one of the most recognized like faces about in anime like entirely in the entire world. And so most likely if you grew up in North America, you watched it in English. So you're much more used to the English version. And like I want to do a second point after on that, but here's the thing. I think the subbed voice acting is better than the English voice acting. And myself, I've decided to like watch the dubbed until like the last episode, and I'm gonna start continue watching Shippuden, but on the sub version because I don't want to wait anymore with the dubs. The thing is, Naruto is full of filler, and like one episode comes out every so often, and like the next episode is gonna be a filler and a filler and a filler, and literally you can spend like months waiting until like the next like did Kakashi land his punch. And when I say like I prefer the subbed voice acting over a dub voice acting or any other voice acting over another, like I do recognize all of that voice acting is obviously very professional. It's just personal taste that I prefer one style of voice acting over another. The reason why I prefer the subbed voice acting in Naruto Shippuden and compared to the dubbed is because I find that the emotion is translated way better. I also find that there's more I feel like the voice acting also like develops like more precise characteristics about the characters, and overall it just portrays a better message. And I feel like when we use the flashbacks in Naruto, obviously it's for like explaining how the character's past was and all that stuff. And I find that the voice acting suits better in anime with a lot of flashbacks, because the sub voice acting obviously builds does more characteristics, like I said. And so in flashbacks, that's something very important, because you want to like build the character, you want to show like what he's done and everything in the past. So that's my take on the dub versus sub. I think sub takes it 100%.
All right, and next on the list is Tokyo Ghoul. Number 1, Kaneki's English voice actor, amazing. Here's the thing though. Like, I really enjoy the dub because there was clips of the dub version on Funimation's channel. By the way, please go over to the Funimation channel over on YouTube, please, and please support them. And I really do like the how I personally like how they did the casting. In my personal opinion, it's so good. Oh god, words can even describe how I feel with the dub. It's just really good. And as well as the fact that there's voice actors in it, such as Brina Palencia, Todd Habercorn, J. Michael Tatum, oh god. Yeah, I gotta stop myself. But I would have to say the sub, as much as I like the dub version, I would have to say the sub version also works well too. Because there's a fight that I really enjoy watching, and that is the fight between the characters Toka and Ayato, which I personally like, and as well as the fight between Kaneki and Ayato. And plus it has a sad moment, so oh boy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. Here's a funny story, is that I actually watched a bit of it in Japanese dub, like subtitles. And
Okay.
and so I got really excited because it contained like two of the voice actors were actually two of one of my favorite Japanese actors.
Really?
Yup. And
wow,
I got really curious because I have heard of those names before, and so I looked it up, and I literally fangirled for like the past 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's extreme, but it's just so good, and it made me happy. Plus, one of the actors was on Danganronpa, the stage play, so that adds in more to my fangirl heart. Also, those two voice actors are actually twins, and they actually played as Tachin twins, Hikaru and Kaoru from Ouran High School Host Club in the TV drama. Let me tell you about the dub version.
What happened?
It sounds so different. I literally had a deja vu. And it made me realize, like, why people prefer sub over dubs.
Gotcha. Like, for me, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, because I haven't watched specifically Arc V. I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I've watched the movies. I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So I have watched my fair share of Yu-Gi-Oh! And for me, I specifically for Arc V, I wouldn't know. But for me, like, for sure GX and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! I would take the dubbed over the subbed. I just find that, the dub has especially for Jaden's voice, Jaden's like dubbed voice is so good, and I still like find my
it just fits with this character so well.
It really does, and like when he goes like game on, I'm like, yes, that's you did it right. That was done so correctly. And Cyrus is another very, very well voiced character. And there's just some very solid voice acting on the front of GX for sure. Dr. Crowler, like,
oh my god,
so creepily great. So yeah, no, I think the dub for those particular like Yu-Gi-Oh! Series are very good, but for Arc V, I do see where you're coming from.
I actually thought, okay, can I just say this? Is that, like,
for sure, yeah.
When I was a kid, I actually thought at one point that Professor Crowler was actually a woman.
Wait, she's not a woman?
It's a dude.
No!
It's a dude.
No way.
Yes, it is.
Oh my... What?
It's a dude, look it up.
I'll take your word. I'll take your wait. Oh my god, it's a dude. What? I thought
no.
I thought Crawler was. I thought Crawler was a girl. What? This is
It's a dude. It's a dude.
Oh my god. This is. I don't know what's happening right now.
Okay,
Yuki. Yuki, what's happening right now?
You're having a crisis. Don't worry.
A little
Everyone
bit.
has those
Live
sometimes.
Live on the podcast though. That's kind of awkward.
All right then.
You just like that. I love that anime. So I didn't know. I mean, it doesn't change anything. But like, I had no idea. It's just I watched like the series so many times, and I just thought it was a girl.
You hear it now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god. Okay, smooth transition here.
Okay, so next is Evangelion. I will talk a bit about that. Well, here's the thing, is like, the one thing I knew about Evangelion, and please don't, in listeners out there, I've only watched the movie of it, so, yeah, that's the only thing I got closest for, like, the Evangelion dub. All I have to say is that it's actually very good. Like, especially for a show as old as Evangelion, it's actually really good. And that was like back then when there was like only VHS tapes. So, oh god, like it was like, I believe it was the end of Evangelion, but it's just really well done. And I love how in that movie, I heard that movie was actually supposed to be the true ending of Evangelion, but I could be wrong. Like, if you want to hear like really good, but yeah, let's head on to what is next on the list.
Sword Art Online. And thank God you did not suggest, whoever suggested Sword Art, because a bunch of you did, thank God no one suggested Sword Art Online 2. I would have been like, no.
Excuse me, what? My wife is in there.
For Sword Art Online 2, your wife is in there?
It's Sinon. Sinon's my wife in Sword Art Online.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I just did not enjoy Sword Art Online 2, like at all. I'm sorry, but we're not talking about that. But like, I'm just happy we're talking about Sword Art Online, the first season, the first series, anyway. For me, like, I just thought the dub took it over the sub for sure. I watched a little bit of the sub in preparation for the podcast. The dubbed just had some very, once again, kind of like UGX. It just fit right away. Like, Asuna had great voice acting. Kirito, great voice acting as well. All the characters, and specifically, like, in Sword Art, obviously, you're different creatures, and not everyone's human. And I just found that, like, they really went, like, they must have gone through a very precise casting process to find all of those particular voice actors to match the to voice those characters very well. So I do think that the dub really put in a great effort, and it shows. It really shows. Like, Sword Art Online, I've never heard of someone complaining about the dub version, like the voice acting in Sword Art Online. So that's my take.
Well, here's the funny part is that, like, I heard, like, when I heard of Sword Art Online, it was back when there was just the dub. There was no mention of an English dub. So, and I was shocked when I heard that they were gonna come out with an English dub, because it was like shortly after Sword Art Online was ever like made into an anime. Like, it was like considerably like a short amount of time. I guess it's because of the fact that it's been so popular, like, throughout like anime, like, at that time. So, and I would have to agree. Like, well, then again, although I do like the sub, I would have to lean more towards the dub more because Bryce Pepperbrook was really good as Kirito. Jeremy Lee, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, was really good as Asuna, and it made me really happy too. Yeah, there was like a lot of really good voice choices. And I would also have to agree with Jaian on this one, with the dub being really good.
It's really good, because like when you're looking at differently, like some animes, I don't know, off the top of my head, like I don't know, I can't think of one particularly. Just, some animes just have human characters, right? And that's it. And so you just find human voice actors. You're like, okay, it's this kid. He's 13. He's sporty. He's like really like into like action. And so that's what kind of, I don't know. I'm giving a really crappy description right now, but they give you a basic like idea of it. They voice act. You got the voice. You got the you get cast. But like for like Sword Art Online, where you have like it's an online game, so obviously there's already that universe. Then you have to find like there's different like creatures in that universe, and there's different like types of people. Like, and not everyone's human in there. You know, you got elves and stuff like that and everything. And so you really gotta like find like it just makes the casting process like more complex, I find, because you gotta find people to like not play human beings but creatures. The next one on the list, Future Diary, Mirai Nikki for the uninitiated to the English title. Okay. What do you have you watched this anime?
Yes, I have. I have a DVD of at least half of the episodes. With sub, I really like Yuno's voice. It's really good. Yuki's voice, I don't know, it's just too feminine for me. I do understand that people do prefer like Yuki's voice sub rather than the dub, but in my opinion, I'd rather listen to the dub version of Yuki than the subtitle, because the dub is they're basically 14, and around that time I think boys would be hitting puberty around there, right?
Yeah, I would confirm that.
Yeah, of course you would confirm that. That's why I'm asking you. Unless there's something you're not telling me.
I'm Dr. Crowler.
I kind of knew it. I would pick the dub over the sub. The dub actually made my heart hurt. Here's the thing. The dub of Future Diaries is a lot more realistic. Like, how the lines are given, how, like, the lines are said. To me, it's more realistic compared to the sub version.
Right on. For me, I have to go with the dubbed over the subbed. I watched some of the subbed. I mean, Yuno's voice acting for the sub is undeniably incredible, but Yuno's voice acting for the dub for me takes it, and just overall the voice acting in the dub takes it for me. But particularly I want to focus on Yuno's voice acting in the dubbed. I mean, Yuno is I've never seen another anime character like her. She's absolutely like crazy but amazing, but crazy and also insane, but like just the voice acting, it complements everything about the character. I mean, when she talks, when the voice actor gets in that booth, she must go into like some different like dimension to get those kinds of voices. And really, like when she's like going Yuki, you know, like after Yuki, like, and she has like that creepy voice, like, oh my god, like it's so good. And so I really think that Future Diary is better in dub for me personally. And also, if you have not watched Future Diary, watch Future Diary. It's such a good anime. Oh my god.
It's a battle between I believe, how many people have to be in the game? Was it like 12?
12.
Okay, it's about like 12 people fighting to become possession of God. They basically like become God if one remains.
And they all have cell phones, and each cell phone is a diary with different powers, and it's all about taking each other out, and it's especially that the twist towards the end, just like, oh my god.
There's an OVA that takes place after that twist.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, when the holidays come around, I have so much anime to watch. I'm so excited for that. So, Trigun, I'm gonna have to go with the dubbed again over the subbed. I did watch I watched the whole first episode in the subtitle. It was very good. I can't deny it. It was good, but I do feel like the dubbed is better. I just prefer it dubbed. I think that Trigun, especially with Vash's character, the way he like specifically like when he doesn't want to like necessarily like kill a specific character or doesn't want to cause any harm, and then he's forced to cause harm. And the voice acting and the emotion that goes into it, the dub takes it over for me. For sure, 100%. What about you?
I haven't watched Trigun, so I don't really have anything to say. Except for the fact that Vash is actually really good. And the fact that his voice actor is actually Johnny Young Vash, who is also the voice of Lelouch, so...
Are you serious?
Yeah, like here's the thing, is that I have like a bit of knowledge as of who voices who.
Yeah,
to a degree.
Some of us. Do you have any other knowledge on the Trigun, like voice acting? And like other voice actors, that's like voice characters.
Vash is the only character I know.
Okay, that's so cool. That Vash and Lelouch, that's kind of really awesome. One Punch Man is the next one on the list, and I absolutely, once again, very surprisingly, I actually enjoyed the subbed over the dubbed in this one, but the subbed was just way better for me. I did try watching. I watched some clips, and I just found that like specifically Saitama's voice acting was just way better, and it fit that like bored like having super awesome power is really boring like persona he has way better. I find that the subbed also just portrays a stronger message in terms of the emotions the characters are feeling. And so yeah, I would have to say that. But I have watched the entirety of the dubbed, and the dubbed is also very, very good. I just have a preference over, I just prefer the subbed over the dubbed.
With One Punch Man, I haven't watched a lot of the episodes. Okay, I love the dub. I would say that I really like the dub, cause like nothing against sub, the dub makes me very happy because it has one of my favorite voice actors in that anime, and it is the English voice of Genos, who's also my favorite character in the show, of course.
Genos is a great character.
Just listening to his voice actor makes me very happy because I've also heard him in other projects as well. And plus, I really do like freaking Saitama's English voice actor. He's just so bored of everything. It's just so amusing.
So yeah, all right. Next one, Yuki. You wanted to talk about this specific suggestion.
Yep, because when I saw it, I knew I had to talk about it. Ouran High School Host Club. Oh dear lord. As a girl that actually does have a fair share of liking romance animes and like comedy, like romantic comedy animes, Ouran High School Host Club, oh god. I love the dub so much. I also love the sub just as much. I can't even pick either one, but if I have to choose like one, I would have to pick the dub because it's so I heard that the person who voiced the heroine Haruhi, who's voiced by Caitlin Glass. I absolutely love the voice cast where there is the anime itself. I do love the dub version because it just makes me super happy seeing how they deliver the lines, and plus I got to watch the blooper reels, and oh my god, like there's like,
always gems in those.
There's gems because like, okay, so in one blooper, Rick Minano, who voiced Tamaki, who is pretty much the beautiful man in the blooper reel, he's just like, welcome poor man to our, or like he had such a hard time saying a line where it's just like, welcome poor man to our world of beauty. He had trouble with that, so it's just like, beep beep beep, welcome poor man to our world of crap. And if you put two and two together, it sounds so funny.
That sounds pretty hilarious.
So yeah, I love as much as I love the sub, I would have to go with dub.
Right on.
The next one that I will be talking about is Free Eternal Summer.
First, I've never heard of it. So what's it about?
It's basically a sequel to Free Iwatobi Swim Club. At this point, it's taking place after Iwatobi Swim Club, a club of swimmers. But all I have to say is just like it's about like a club with swimmers. So after watching season 1 in Eternal Summer, I got used to like with the Japanese voices. I found out that Funimation was dubbing the anime, so I got really excited, and then all of a sudden I started making fan casts because that's my hobby. I like to do like fan casts like of like anime shows that I like. And hilariously enough is that like half of my predictions for Free Eternal Summer was correct. I got it right. Like at least half of them right. Hey. But yeah, I would have to say I would go for dub and sub, but
now I understand why you wanted to talk about this one specifically.
There's a reason. I think there was like a bunch of other people that wanted me to talk about this.
Multiple reasons.
I said, what are the reasons, Cheyenne? Don't make me feel bad about myself.
Every single one of them is the reason, Yuki.
Alright, Bleach. Let's talk about Bleach, everyone. And no, I'm not talking about the product. I'm talking about the anime. You're lucky today, wow. Diane.
Oh my god. That was I did not expect that joke. It's like really corny, but like making me laugh a lot. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on Bleach?
Dub over sub any day. Because, dude, it was like that anime made me realize what I wanted to do, like, as, like, a dream job as a voice actor. Like,
right.
Okay, for those who do not know, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't know, is that I admire, and my role model is actually Michelle Ruff, who is the voice of Rukia Kuchiki from Bleach. So, Bleach, dub over sub, because the dub is actually really good, and it has a special place in my heart. I used to be such a huge Bleach geek.
For me, I watched a little bit of Bleach, like the first few episodes. Not watched the subs, but just by like what I'm scooping here on the internet, like they're both, like a lot of people are saying, oh, they're both great. I mean, it's personal preference really at the end of it, but they're both very well done. Bleach is the kind of anime where it's just so professionally made that I feel like having a preference over the dub or the sub doesn't really matter, because the sub is very good and the dub is very good too, according to like to what a lot of people are saying on like this forum I'm looking at as we're podcasting. So I think I'm gonna have to echo that thought that you dub or sub, it doesn't have to be, one doesn't have to be better than the other and overall. And so yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Also, the fact that I would also like to point out, like, to support sub, one of my favorite things about the sub is actually whenever like Rukia in Japanese dub, her Japanese voice actors would scream as Rukia, and they're like the most intense screams that I've ever heard in my life. So there's that, and I would also see why people would say that dub is just as good as sub.
But for Seven Deadly Sins, I absolutely love the dubbed over the sub for me. Meliodas has a great voice acting. I mean, all the other sins are very well made. Bon is also very well the voice acting is good. I find that the pig's voice acting was good too. Everyone's voice acting was very good. I found it better than the subbed.
For Seven Deadly Sins, oh god, I don't think I've watched the dub. I've only seen the sub. Sorry, I've only seen the sub, so I have no opinion yet for dub. But I can go to Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail, I love as much as I like. This is hard because I love both sub and dub. But if I had to choose, like, what really hit me in the gut so much, like to a point where I want to cry and stuff like that, like, although I'd give credit to some of the Japanese voice actors, I would have to say the dub too, because, like, mostly it's because of the dub, because they just deliver it so well, and it's just so heart-wrenching and so heartwarming. Even Jeremy Lee, who is the voice of Lucy, like, I can't, like, whenever I think about, like, dub or, like, sub, I would mostly prefer her dub voice, because it's just, I can't really, like, imagine, or, like, I just mostly prefer her voice over the Japanese voice, because it's just so good and so well done. It's just really great. Like, I would give props to Jeremy for actually making my heart hurt.
That's some very valid points you brought up there. I think I'm gonna have to get on the fairy tale train at some point too. It's a lot of episodes and a huge investment if you want to watch all of it. So, but I definitely want to check out the first few episodes now. That the more we bring it up on the podcast, I feel like I need to watch it. But let's start wrapping things up. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Anime Podcasters. And Yuki, seriously, this topic was such a great idea. I just want to thank you so much for finding such a good topic. Seriously, Yuki, like, I think this is like one of my favorite episodes we've done yet. Like, this is like, I just like going through different animes, and we've covered so much. It's just it's a great topic to talk about. Really, like, just solid idea, very solid idea.
Okay, and I also want to point out, like, there were other suggestions. However, we might make a part 2 of this.
Yes,
we might make a part 2.
We will. No, I think we will. I think we have to. This was so much fun to do.
So thank you all for your suggestions, and don't worry, like, for those whose suggestions didn't, like, come into this episode, we can still cover it in the next one.
We had so many suggestions, guys. We legit had too many. Like, this podcast is growing every single freaking episode, and I just want to go check real quick, like the stats on the last episode and see like what's been going on with that. While I'm doing that, Yuki, do you want to plug your stuff and say where people find you and everything?
You can find me on YouTube as Miraculous X Melody here on YouTube. I'm also known as Miraculous X Yuki on Twitter. And by the way, be sure to check out a thing I did involving Jaian as possibly God or Jesus.
Oh my god. Do you want to see that story?
Okay, so Jaian and I, as like, along with our good friend Kyo, we were basically talking about something top secret. And and so I was just, and they had their webcams on, but I didn't because I was just too tired and blah. And so I felt really random. I felt like very irritated. Like, I just felt really weird that day. So I was just saying random stuff, and then I blurted out with the thought, Jaian looks like as if he could be Jesus. And so what Kyo did was that he photoshopped a picture of Jaian like with the body of Jesus. I saved it and then I posted up on Twitter, like saying pray for Jesus Jaian. And so what happened was is that immediately after it got reblogged and it took and I checked it and I was like, and we were like so confused as of like what this blog was about. And then Kyo then pointed out it's a Christian blog. So basically, just because I said the word prayer or pray, like it got reblogged just because of that. And then like I checked the other post and it's just like praying about other stuff, like serious stuff, and then I just realized, oh god, I made a wonderful mistake of putting prayer, and then now it's gonna be so hilarious just when people are just like, what is this? So yeah, Jaian is now Jesus. And he started laughing, like he started bursting out laughing.
That was I cannot believe that just happened. I was like, what? What's happening right now? Okay, so Yuki, the last episode was our most viewed episode yet. We broke 400 views on it, 400 listens on it. So that's absolutely amazing. And you want to hear a crazy one? It was watched in exactly 42 different countries.
What?
42 different countries.
42? What?
What? Yeah.
Oh my god. Why, people?
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I want to give I want to give a huge shout out to Kyo. GoProkyo. Go follow him on Twitter. If you have any drawing requests, go hit him up at GoProkyo. Okay? He does all of the drawings for the podcast. He does the thumbnail. The guy is super talented. And if you need some artwork for your project, please go check out at GoProkyo on Twitter.
He's also open for commissions too. So
yeah,
if you want, I could just send in the link. Like there could be a link at the bottom that includes,
I'll put a link in the description for sure.
Yeah, his commission prices. The man can do it all.
You do it. He's really good.
He can do it all.
Great guy. Great drawings. As far as for this channel, by the time you're watching this, I have some new covers out for you guys. Go check those out. And I also have a 9,000 subscriber special on the way or already out, and it's it's gonna be great. I mean, this one, Kyo is also helping me out with that, so just go check out Kyo as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Once again, make sure to subscribe to JaianMusic so you never miss an episode of Anime Podcasters. And I was thinking of maybe doing like an Anime Podcasters like Christmas like Q&A thing. Like we could ask tweet us your anime like Christmas questions and we can answer them. Would you want to do that, Yuki?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I think that would be good. So we might set that up for Christmas or something. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Yuki, for co-hosting with me. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.